what we say. It is the reason we have no hair. Welcome to the Bob and Bonkers Show.
I'm not going to say a word because I've been told to stay quiet tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, right.
It just quit all at once. I was like, wait.
Well, what you come on? I had to come on. It's almost Halloween. I had to style up something new.
I like it.
It was
I
good.
like it.
It was good. I must admit. Dakota's has got a flair for the graphics, you know. So, but you know, it is awfully good at stuff like that. I like to kind of make him feel better now and again, you know. Like,
I am not a damn dance monkey.
You're in for a treat, Raymond. You really are. So, Dakota, I hand you the show over. Off you go, my friend. I'm going to stay quiet. See how long I can stay quiet for, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know. If Chris is quiet, then we have an invasion of the body snatcher situation on our hands. But anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is Halloween week. Finally, close enough.
Close enough.
Today we have Raymond Newsome, or Mr. Newsroom, as my co-host constantly calls him.
Mr. Newsroom.
I blame my Scottish ability tongue for that. Sorry.
Scottish.
We didn't even make a minute. That was good.
Honestly, on you go. I'm not saying anything. Right, on you go.
Just jump in. People love it when we're making fun of you. But so tonight we have, like I said, Raymond Newsome here to talk about Bobby Mackey's, some of his books. Quite frankly, I didn't know half this shit until like 5 minutes before the broadcast started because someone doesn't get me shit.
Imagine that.
So Raymond, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. I just got back from Scarefest earlier in Lexington.
Ooh, nice. I heard you got like fucking 80-degree weather, and we just got freezing situation here in Idaho. My God, bastard.
Well, that's what you get for living in Idaho. I mean,
we've actually got a question in the chat, and there you go. It's for you, Dakota.
The camera's blurry because I had the background blurred option turned on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nothing special. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just ignore the shapes in the background. Likely my cats.
He's got a lot of inflatables back there. You just need to know. You'll not see them, you know. On you go.
Nothing like an inflated date.
Yeah, I can't have inflatables. The damn cats will fuck them up. Anyway.
Oh, dear Jesus.
So, Chris, are you wanting to take off the show because you keep fucking distracting me?
I'm sorry. Off you go.
But anyway, I was Scarefest, brother.
Scarefest is a horror and paranormal con in Lexington, Kentucky. And it's held every fall. And this year, their big people were Robert Englund, Bill Moseley, Kane Hodder, Lance Hendrickson, Robert Patrick. Taps was there, Dave Schrader, and so many vendors I got lost. It was just huge and so much fun.
Can I ask a question now, Dakota?
Let's go. Yeah, fucking prick.
So listen, at the event, I can't help myself. Who was your best? Who was the best one you seen at the event? Come on. Who was it?
Dave's always my favorite. Dave's just so personal. Dave Schrader. Yeah. He's always just so personal and just so much fun to be around. So
yeah, yes, Dakota.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you can actually corner him like that, but trying to get him to answer his fucking emails is atrocious. My God,
Jesus!
I just messaged him on Facebook.
Yeah.
I know. I had to corner him on Twitter, and he's like, "Who the hell are you?" I was like, "The guy who asked to email you." Anyway.
I emailed him. I actually emailed him, and he lost my email. I think it was only like 5 times or something like that. I mean, I will say Dave
like
Schrader is one of the best. I will say this: he's got one of the best shows on TV, and he has, because he does watch this. I know he does, right? So he has, everybody out there, please check out his shows. Right, when you go on.
So anyway, Raymond, how long have you been with the paranormal game, man?
I made it more official last year, and I've just kind of ran with it. But it's been off and on all my life, so everybody has that one experience that just kind of throws you into it, and that's the end of it. And I've had several.
See, Raymond. Honestly, do you remember my new co-host, Raymond? Look what he's done to my name. This is what I need to put up with. I have to go to the union about this. This is terrible.
The union?
I know. There's no union. I'm just making that shit up. But anyway, can I ask you something, Raymond? How did you get into the ghost hunting itself? Come on, how did it all happen for you? The big question.
Originally it just started with different experiences. Everybody has that one imaginary friend that just doesn't seem as imaginary as we make it out to be. And then later on in my 20s, I had open heart surgery.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. I saw a doppelganger of my mom walk into her kitchen while she was sitting on the couch. I've seen shadows walk across the yard in the middle of the day. A little boy sitting with his legs like Indian style at my feet. And then there's one that was peeking around the corner at me and my brother while we were watching TV one night.
Wow.
That was just within about a month.
Did you think it was something to do with the heart operation? Did your heart stop at all during this?
Well, considering the type of surgery, they basically had to stop your heart anyway.
Right.
And I say it just kind of increased everything. And when you're that close to death and stuff, you kind of, make that connection.
Open the door. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's actually quite a double gang. I've heard it. I've never experienced it, and I hope I never do experience it. I mean, what did you do when you seen?
Well, like I said, I saw it walk into the kitchen and turn the corner, and I was like, well, I was going to the kitchen, not paying attention. I turned the corner, and Mom's sitting on the couch in her living room. I was like, wait a second, you were just going that way. And then I was mad because I didn't have a camera, so.
That is crazy.
All the good ones always happens when you don't have a camera in reach, doesn't it?
Right? It really does.
I mean, that would terrify me to see like a double. I mean, what would you do, Dakota, if you seen a double of you walking into the room?
I had to ask when the hell my uncle showed up, because again, I look the exact same. So he has better facial hair. That's about it.
A question for you, Raymond. See when you get into like a haunted location, what do you? How do you see the spirits? Do you have that like a medium abilities? Do you like sense them, or do you see them?
To an extent, I can make them out. Depending on how strong they are, it could be almost full on like figures, or it could be like outlines.
Yeah, that's fascinating. How when you must have been in and stopped your heart, it must have opened the doorway, and it's just made things like double. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder what else you can experience. What other strange things have you experienced in your life?
I had a long time. Well, it was a recurring nightmare that happened for over a year and involved aliens.
Really? Oh, that's Dakota's department.
Yeah. In high school, me and my brother actually saw a UFO. Once again, we didn't get to get a picture, but it was something silver sitting in the sky, just sitting there, and then it was gone. Right. I mean, what else could it be?
Did you ever have lost time?
I lose time all the time, but that's a whole different story.
Been there, brother. Been there.
I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. So, can you tell us about any interesting cases you've been on? Any really like scary ones or intriguing ones?
Wednesday night, I had an extremely intriguing one. It was at an old schoolhouse that was turned into a haunted house.
Right.
And the activity that we got there was, a lot more than what I expected, and I hope to go back. The story was that a custodian there killed some of the kids that went to the school in the school building, and then hung himself in the building.
Oh,
oh damn!
And and at one point when we were in the basement, all of our equipment started going nuts. And I was trying to get them to talk to the spirit box, and nothing was communicating. Over in like a dark corner and stuff, there was a chair. I went over there, sat down my phone that I was recording with and stuff, and just held the spirit box out and started talking, and we started getting responses. And at one point it went silent. I said, listen, forget about the cameras, forget about anybody else in the room. It's just you and me. I need some answers. This is the only way we're going to clear it up. And then I started getting a few more responses. So hopefully if I go back, I can get some more.
That's so interesting, that.
I definitely would want to see more about this particular case, man, because that ghost children in itself is just creepy enough, but under those circumstances, that's definitely gonna bring something out.
Oh yeah.
Also, what would you happen to say be your best piece of evidence when it came to a case?
Best pieces of evidence. I've got two. One I haven't shared. One I just shared. I set a camera down by the pool tables in Bobby Mackey's and just left it. And I walked away, and you hear everybody else talking at the other end of the bar, then walking toward it. And it picks up my name, and then it says, "Help us."
Oh my God.
And another one was at Madison Seminary. I was with Kalani Smith and Jeff Matt from All American Paranormal. And me and Kalani were on the fourth floor, trying to work on some stuff. And we hear a hiss come down from the hallway.
Yeah. Bobby Mackey's always intrigues me. It's somewhere that it's on my bucket list. If I to investigate anywhere, would be Bobby Mackey's. I mean, what was your experiences in Bobby Mackey's? What was like? Did anything like stand out to you? I know you heard the EVPs, but was there like anything? Did you see anything?
Well, it's a bar, so there's so much, condensed energy.
Yeah.
From that, because it's open every weekend.
Yeah.
They still run the bar every weekend. I don't know how that building looks like it's going to fall in, but
I know.
I love it. And, there's just so many different spirits and stuff in there that you never know who's going to come forward. And usually when you're not paying attention and not asking questions is when you're going to get the most. That's why when I knew something was down there, I just took my camera down there and left it. And then I got that. We were doing EVPs down in the area that's called the Pit to Hell, or the Portal to Hell. And at one point, Patty Adams asked, "Is this a portal to hell?" And a very clear no came through.
That's interesting. What is the story behind Bobby Mackey's? Was there like a slaughterhouse there or something at one point?
It was there was a slaughterhouse there at one point. Eventually it was turned into a club by the mob. Right. And the mob ran it for a while before they started moving west because the mob was huge in Cincinnati for the longest time. And then it just became nightclub after nightclub. But the parking lot is more dangerous than the building. It really is. Really? So there's been so many people shot and killed out in that parking lot or had accidents. It's insane. It really is. But here's the highway. Here's Bobby Mackey's. Here's a railroad. here's the Licking River. It's just all piled up on top of each other, and where else is that energy going to draw?
That's what
except for a place with high energy, and where they run that bar, there's a lot of high energy. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say, because the river, the spirits like power, and there is a lot of power in the rivers itself, the energy wise. Do you think the mob maybe murdered people in there and buried them, and they're still there?
I don't know about that. There was a story about a nurse that was killed locally.
I've heard that.
That supposedly the men threw her head down into the well before it was filled in, because it drains right out into the river. I mean, you can go around and through it to where it goes straight up, but you can't go down. However, as far as actual evidence that happened, nobody has any. So,
yeah. Well, it's a place for Dakota to go to there. Dakota.
Why am I always the one that has to jump into the dangerous situations?
Because you're into that kind of thing. You're into that thing. I'm more a command module person that looks after the command module and the biscuits and the tea.
We don't understand that Scottish talk.
Do you know?
We're American.
It took me 3 months of working with him to finally understand.
I'll tell you this to do. I'll have to go into Bobby Mackey's myself. Aye. But I'll hand you over to my handsome co-host. There you go. See?
You sexy devil, you.
I know.
Raymond, do you have an attachment?
Possibly. I know I have spirit guys that follow around me real close too.
I was about to say, you got someone behind you, male,
older guy.
But yeah,
that's a family member.
All right, all good. You got just been through Bobby Mackey's.
Kind of like military.
Yeah, he's got that manner to him.
Yeah. Either my grandfather or my Uncle Bob, one of the two.
I was about to say, we had to see we have a couple people in the chat also noticing that sounds like something's trying to come through. But you never know on this show.
Right?
Yep. You're always in for a treat.
You start talking about the ghost and the ghost appears. That's how it works.
Talk about the alien, the Nazis, the sexy Nazi alien chick shows up.
Right?
I'm afraid that I think about that all the time and it never happens for me.
Then again, you did also say you had a UFO show up above your house and a shadow apparition that looked awful lot like me within a few minutes of when I was actually born.
That's very true.
The time was right.
That is very true. That is very true. But I didn't want to say nothing because I could kind of sense something too, but I can't see people standing there. It's weird. I'll tell you what I'm getting, right? I'm not getting that there's anybody standing behind you. I'm just getting the feeling that every now and again, it's as if there's like, I don't know, it's like a ball of light. It's hard for me to explain. It's how I see things. And it's moving about. That's all I've been getting. It gets light, but it shouldn't be. It's weird. It's either that or the camera's broken.
But no, yeah, he always has my six, that's for sure. What's funny is I wasn't even in the military, but I just, had a very special connection with, especially my grandfather. So,
yeah,
we stayed with him for a while at one point, and every day I would get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning just to sit and eat breakfast with him, and then play checkers until I had to get ready for school. And I beat that man one time out of all the times we ever played, and then the next game he slaughtered me. So I think it was a fluke, and then he was like, "No, we're not having this anymore."
Yeah, he was maybe going easy on you. So, Raymond, can you tell us about your books? Something that I'm really interested in. Yes, your first book you ever made. What was that?
My first book that was ever written was actually the first part, because Rise of the Fallen was actually 4 books that I, was a series that I just combined into one book. It's easier to market 1 instead of 4. That's just the truth of it. So I released the first part, which is Son of the World. And it is about a man who is basically forced to become a serial killer for this group that hides in the shadows. And they hold a blood contract over his head. So this is why he has to do it. And even when he does it and stuff, there's a sense of pleasure to it. But afterward and stuff, he mentally just breaks down every time he has to do it. And it just, takes its toll on him throughout the book. So even as he does these atrocious things, you can't help but feel sorry for this guy because he really doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. Is this book available on Amazon?
Yes.
Right.
At this point, it's called Rise of the Fallen, a saga.
Right. I might purchase it.
It has fallen angels that are trying to take over the world. It has archangels. It has demons. It has vampires, werewolves, you name it, it's in it. And I'll make it all kind of mesh very well.
That sounds really interesting because Dakota deals in the kind of like fallen angels and the kind of angel kind of aspects. Dakota, would you like to bump into this?
No, be careful what you write down because they do watch and they do critique you. And they're catty bitches.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know. I didn't make it too horrible. Actually, they seem very, every one of them seem very personable, especially the archangels and stuff, because, the main character has a very special relationship with them. And yeah, especially Michael and his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Michael is an interesting archangel. Michael is interesting, I must admit. There's things about him that's, I find intriguing. But I'm definitely, guys in the chat, you'll need to try and buy that book. Christmas is coming up, Buy them. Yeah. Hopefully it'll sell 1 million copies. You'll be able to afford a tank of gas.
Right. By the time they take their cut and stuff, that's about all I'd have is a tank of gas. No, I'm joking.
In there, brother.
Yeah. So
where's the next location you're going to be investigating, Raymond?
The old hospital on College Hill in Williamson, West Virginia. And I have been looking forward to this one all year long. Because it is a public event, but I bought tickets back in May.
Yeah.
As soon as they came available, I was like, yep, I'm going. So I bought them and I finally get to use them. And I cannot wait for that place because I just have a feeling I want to draw a lot out of that place, whether they like it or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to invite. What was the hospital famous for? Was it a tuberculosis kind of hospital, or was it a mental asylum, or what was it?
Honestly, I really don't know. I try not to learn too much before I go into places.
Right. I see.
That way, I don't have a biased opinion when I walk in.
I've just looked up your book there on my phone because thanks to Dakota, I've clicked on it and I've just went, I'll purchase it in a little while.
Okay. Back to the books. I have a psychological thriller too. This is a serial killer book written in first person.
Really?
Yeah. There's no outline involved, just a lot of alcohol.
Wow. Could you tell us about it?
Yeah, it is called I Am Bryan, and Portico keeps trying to talk and you take over.
I know.
It's called I Am Bryan, and it follows the life of Brian Leroy Lewis as he tells it, which is, coming from a sociopath, half of it is complete shit. But he tells it like he has a superhero complex. So, he's the good guy in this story, even though he's killing all these people. He's the good guy. He was the victim. He became the good guy. And that's where he is all the way up till the end. And there's a lot of twists and turns. And I'm never going to spoil it. People had to read it. Trigger warnings. There's a lot of graphic everything. Graphic murders, graphic sex. I mean, you name it, it's in there. So just a word to the wares for people that are picking it up.
And Raymond, where are you at so the feds know where to get you?
Oh, the feds have been following my Google research for years now. I'm like, I swear I'm just a writer. You start looking at the stuff I look up, you know somebody's watching you.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was just supposed to be a joke, Raymond. Now we're gonna he's the FBI raid any second now.
No, they know it's a book. Trust me, they've probably seen everything that I've written as I wrote it.
You haven't got like a dark cellar or anything like that, with like somebody chained up there.
No, I don't even have a basement, so
I'll let my co-host ask you some questions before I get into trouble with him. You know.
No, it's like the banter between us works. That's why you're still here. We're already too invested in this shit, brother.
It's too late, damn it.
I'm looking up your book in the app. I'm just looking it up in the app there. I'm looking it up in the what do you call it, the paperback of your books, and I'm going to add it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I am trying to get links up to Raymond's books in the chat. So, if you want to be able to purchase them, we are an Amazon affiliate, so I'm legally obliged to say this. We do earn a small commission, but it does not affect the price. There.
Yeah.
I get a small commission too, but that's about it.
I know. I'm published too, brother. I know.
Yeah, it's
I know the pain.
Ridiculous, but you know,
and Amazon's one of the worst. Good exposure, but they're the worst about when it comes to royalties.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully 1 million people will buy your book, Raymond.
You'll get a whopping 10 cents.
I know.
Per
there you go, 10 cents. You can treat yourself to a teaspoon.
So 10 cents per book.
10% of anything left over from what Amazon takes down for production.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Deadly quiet in here. Hear the crickets.
Deadly quiet.
I don't know if that is, but can you hear like a weird tone?
Yeah. Kind of a tinnitus, a bit of a frequent tone to it. I'm just like,
it's not the same as the alien stuff. That's different, and I don't know if anybody in the chat will notice because it's different.
Well, if we start hearing the same voices we heard last time we had Moonblade on, we have one of the archangels starting to critique Raymond.
Well, I have a strong connection to the archangels too, so it'll be okay.
Well, there's
probably more investigators that think I'm related to the archangels by blood, so
yeah,
because some of the weird shit that happens around me.
And honestly, I keep like a weird shield around my house too, to keep too much activity from barging in. Because when I'm at home. I don't want anything to do with anything. So,
you're no fun.
Oh, Ken, you should have the door open, man, so demons and strange creatures can come in at night and drag you to bed and do terrible things to you. Come on, it happens to him every night.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Chris.
There you go. Leave your door open tonight and leave a sign out saying any demons or strange creatures from beyond the grave, please come and do terrible things to me as I sleep. That's all you need to do, and it'll happen,
I mean, I would if everybody was at home.
In Chris's defense, I will say this. Majority of the weird messages in the middle of the night come from him, allegedly in his trances. And the only reason I haven't shut his ass down is because too much weird shit has coincided with it for me to ignore it.
I know, but see, that's the thing. I don't remember anything about it. So we're both. I have really awesome dreams. I mean, who doesn't want to stand at the edge of the galaxy and look at everything? And have weird mind out of body experiences.
LSD does that to people, bud.
No LSD.
That's not. I don't think that's CBD that he's running through his vape.
I said LSD. Yeah.
No. He's always bragging about CBD. I was like, dude.
No, I did. I will say this. No, I will say this.
Tequila do that to you too.
I don't drink. I'm the first Scotsman.
Tequila makes her clothes fall off.
No, honestly, I am the first Scotsman you've probably ever met that does not drink. I have never drunk in my entire life.
It's okay. I'll make up for both of us.
Never. Once. Just there you go. You know, it's mysteries.
That's on your end.
Did you hear that?
What was that, Dakota?
Yeah, that just sounds like dishwasher was singing.
Okay.
It's one of the newer ones.
I thought it was.
I thought it was a REM pod for a second. Because it has about the same tone.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It didn't sound like that for me. It sounded like somebody speaking.
It's like I'm hearing voices coming out of Raymond's end, but I thought he had a woman
It's
with
Raymond's
a
end.
dog.
It's Raymond's end.
Well, there are people on through the house, so it's probably filtering through the house.
So that's what I'm about to say. That's all it sounded like. Just somebody came home.
Yeah. See, look at all the people in the chat now making fun of me because I don't drink. That's terrible. That's it, Raymond. Tonight you have to drink twice the amount because I don't drink to make up for me.
Never drunk, just
Listen,
inebriated. Yep.
I went to Louder in Life a few weeks ago, well, right before Bobby Mackey's. It's a big rock festival in Louisville, Kentucky. 4 days. First day was about the only day I really drank, and I walked over, I ordered 2 doubles, poured into the same glass, and then downed it.
Oh my God.
And they just kind of stared at me with their mouth wide open. I was like, listen, I am a professional. Don't look at me like, one of these little kids drinking. No, I do this all the time.
I honestly, if I had to even take one of them, I don't think, I think it, because I've never drunk. Can you imagine what would happen to me if I did that? I mean,
Dakota, we now have a mission to get him over here and get him a drink.
You'll never do it.
Well, let's see. I don't really drink all that much, but that's mostly for medical reasons. My pancreas is already shot.
Oh, half my body's shot at this point. It's just going for broke.
You just need to look forward to old age. I mean, I'm 41. Dakota's 79. I mean,
I'm damn good if I'm 79. My God.
I know, but he's actually the youngest out the lot is, Raymond. That's the strange thing. He's only, 23, 24?
26.
Yeah, I'll be 39 December, so.
I mean, seriously, he's just a young pup. He's just a young pup. What's up with people in the chat saying there? Smith Family Paranormal Investigations. 2 drunk Scotsmen are the reason we have got.
4 old guys dressing up like pimps. Yeah.
It's no my fault. It's no my fault. I will admit, some of the gear that people put on when they play golf is ridiculously stupid. I mean,
a white man excuse to dress like a black ass pimp.
I will say this. When you go, Raymond?
Start to say my favorite explanation of how golf came to be came from Robin Williams. That'll be always the best explanation ever.
I hate golf. I despise it. I don't see the point of whacking a wee white ball about it. Crazy golf, on the other hand. Crazy golf, on the other hand. Crazy
whacking a wee white ball? That's what happens when the ex-wife comes over to steal my alimony.
But I live near a kind of golf course. I've seen them all with their stupid stuff on and their mad tartan hats and stuff like that, their big soaks and stuff. What is it? What is it? Somebody said in the chat. What is it? 2 drunk. I'm just reading the chat. Oh my! I'm just reading the chat, guys. So Raymond, what was your last book about? You said you had another book. Did you kind of sci-fi one?
Oh yeah, this was called Corruption of Pangea, and Pangea is basically a city that I made up that was built on an island somewhere kind of in the Caribbean area.
Mm-hmm.
However, one of the scientists that was first brought in and helped develop the city and stuff also brought along the whole idea of Zeppelins as well. So they have Zeppelins to help monitor the city for the people that run it.
Mm-hmm.
However, they also run every horrible bit of it too. There's drugs, there's pedophile rings, there's everything. And these certain people just come along and they're like, we've had enough, and just start cleaning the house. And that's pretty much what the book's
So
about.
the American CIA. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't worry.
And actually, I have started the second one. I just do not have it finished yet.
Don't worry if the CIA or the FBI is watching this and you want to get in contact with Raymond, just please contact Dakota at Baldwin Bonkers LLC, and we'll get you his contact information.
They know how to find me.
They know how to find me. Don't bother looking for me because I'm totally useless. So you'd be better going to Dakota because he's the boss.
Oh, guys, you already know where I live. Just come by, say hi. We'll have a drink. I've got a brand new bottle of bourbon up on top of the fridge. We'll bust into that sucker.
Yeah.
However, I'm not leaving without it.
Who have we all got in the chat tonight, by the way, Dakota? Out of curiosity,
I think we have a couple of new ones in here.
Yeah. Shall you give them a shout out?
Hi, Shannon. No, it's not my mother.
Is that your mum?
No.
Is that your? I thought it was your mum.
Quit trying to hit on my mother.
What?
Oh shit! What? She just heard me.
Well, don't you worry. I would never do a touch or thing. Where's my phone?
She just called me an asshole in the other room.
Oh, see, that's terrible. You know,
it's like don't hit on my mother. I've got her on speed dial. What are you talking about?
Aye, it's fine. I've been talking to her for months now.
Don't worry if we ever get. She loves the accent.
Don't worry, Dakota. If we ever get married,
seen her start drooling when we had Barry Fitzgerald on. Oh my god!
Oh god!
Just
think of Barry. Barry's such a cool guy.
He is.
Yes. Just think of it in this sense, Dakota. If we ever get married, which is highly unlikely, I'm going to make you can call me daddy.
What the fuck? I zoned out for 1 minute.
Oh, God.
I'm getting them into so much trouble, Raymond. We're getting them into so much trouble. I'm in Scotland. I'm safe. I'm safe from the woman's wrath.
Yeah. Yeah, man, she's going to be charging through that door and just smacking him across the head.
I know. That's what you need to
do.
It's
the only time she can reach.
Put your hand. You know, look at the chat.
It'd be like my grandmother. My grandmother used to use a cast iron skillet to our heads.
Wow, that's going to look brittle.
Yeah, that's why our heads are so hard at this point. Yeah. Right? I can put my head through a wall now without trouble.
I'm going to change the subject here because we're embarrassing poor Dakota here, you know. Have you ever went in to investigate the UFO sightings? See how you said you experienced something down the same lines? You've seen something. Would you like to maybe venture out into the UFO field?
Oh, I'd like to venture out into the UFOs and into cryptids. I'd love to go Bigfoot hunting. That'd be incredible. As long as it's not a naked white Bigfoot, it'd be okay.
What's wrong with the naked white Bigfoots?
I know the shit. I know the shit that Mike carries around with him. Okay, I'm good.
I think you and Mike. I think you and Mike. I think that honestly, the two of yous in the woods together in a tent, it would be great. You know, think of the new things you would experience.
I'm good. I'll have my own tent or sleep in the car.
Yeah,
Bigfoot, you know, I mean, imagine the type of activity that's going to stir up when his book comes out.
I know that's going to. If it ever comes out, that's the thing. I don't know if it is going to come out or is it going to come out. Or it keeps telling me it's going to come out. I hope it comes out.
There's a lot of litigation when you go through official channels, man. That's why we're trying to set up an easier way.
Yeah,
that's why I self-publish. It really is just because you know. I don't have to go through all the BS of everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe that's what you should do, Raymond. You should maybe, instead of doing like the ghost hunting, you should get into the cryptid hunting. You get into the woods and look for the Jersey Devil or something strange. Bigfoot.
Yeah, if I want to see something strange, I'll go to Walmart. You've never been to Walmart.
I've heard about the places. I've heard about the places in America, the big shops called Walmart.
I used to work in a Walmart, man. I can vouch that there's some weird shit that goes down.
I mean, I've seen some crazy videos on YouTube about Walmart.
You want to know what's real bad? Speaking of UFOs, this person swears to this story. I know I like to joke around, but There's someone who swears to me to this day they saw an alien gray shopping at Walmart.
They probably did.
Yeah, it's
Walmart's
probably
got
in
all
Eastern
this stuff.
Kentucky.
That'd be the perfect place for it.
I mean,
gotta go
they've
back to
got
my
good
Walmart.
deals. What I've heard, they've got some good deals. You know.
And exercise child labor.
Well, I didn't know that. We don't have Walmarts. We don't have Walmarts here. You know. But
what you say the store chain was over in the UK that was
we
owned by
do
Walmart?
have one. It's owned by the same one. It's owned by the same two brothers that own it, and it's called Asda. You know. And if you're watching, please message Bald Bonkers LLC here. He'll answer you back. Don't answer me because I'm useless, as I say.
There's a reason why a Walmart application got shut down, man.
There's been a lot of conspiracies with Walmart, though, isn't there? I mean, if you admit it, there has been so much conspiracies, especially
And
on
damn
YouTube
near every single one of them is true.
About them, how they could be actually used as like concentration camps and stuff. Have you seen that? I mean, at a time of war or whatever's going to happen, there's been actually reports. Have you seen that, Raymond, about that kind of stuff about the Walmarts?
I try to ignore them as much of that as I can. I don't go to Walmart unless I absolutely have to, and that's for things that I can't find at other stores. I even shop groceries, local stores, so.
That's what I try and do too. There is a lot of, like, see, in the United Kingdom, we've got like two main big ones. We've got Tesco's and we've got Morrison's, and then we've got the Asda's. And there's no many of them, but they're huge places, and it is Walmart that owns them. But if you go online, I mean, there is so much conspiracies about Walmart, about how they could be turned into concentration. What do you know, Dakota? Go and tell us. You work in this kind of field.
Not by choice. I needed a fucking job. No, I used to work in the fucking deli department. I mean, say if you had a rowdy customer that would start swinging on you, you would get fired for defending yourself.
Would you?
Yeah.
Same thing in nursing, so.
I mean, it's just, they treat you like shit. They utilize child labor in order to keep the costs down. They pirate their own fucking movies.
Wish that Smith Family Paranormal Investigations. That's terrible. That's it. That's it. As a founding member, you'll be struck off the game.
You signed all the shit to me. I'm the one with all the keys.
I know. I signed everything to him. You know. Thank fuck, by the way, because I owe the Swedish government $5 billion. Now they're after him. What? You wanted it all? I gave you the keys to the kingdom.
I didn't say. I was trying to help you take on a managerial position, but I'm glad now I didn't, because this shit would have gone downhill.
I know. You see,
faster than it has.
I know. So I'm looking forward to your videos coming out, Raymond, on your channel. I'm
looking forward to get to them too. I'm still trying to get everything compiled onto my computer because it's not working for me for some odd reason.
Right, everybody buy his book. You can buy a new computer.
Because I uploaded it to my cloud and I'm trying to download it to the laptop, and every time I start to, it says network error. Every time. So I'm still working on that.
My technological skills are diabolical. You just need to ask Dakota. Don't I, Dakota? My technology. I mean, if it comes to
a lot of places are diabolical.
I mean,
this is why you use actual cables, and SD card readers, the physical file transfers. Less likely to get compromised.
I will say this, right? I have got a brand new laptop here, and it's got a Windows 11 in it, and I've managed. It's taken me months to fathom it out, right? Because I went from a Windows 1998 to a Windows 11. You see where I'm coming here? I mean, I will say this: I do have Apple devices, and I must admit they are great. See, for doing like recording videos and uploading them and stuff. What? Dakota some strange noises.
No, someone's got a baby crying.
It's not me. I don't have any. I hope.
I was under the impression I didn't have any, and all of a sudden aliens are coming down saying, "Hi, Daddy."
Aye, but you're a curiosity. One day you're going to be a monument to you, Dakota. You know, there's got to be a monument to her. What's that Smith family?
Was that a woman speaking Japanese? Are you watching hentai there, Raymond? What the hell?
What was that? What are you watching, Raymond?
I'm not watching anything. I'm in the room with the door, with the TV off. I don't even have my phone on.
You're not watching the old series Monkey.
How am I the only one?
I did hear that.
It sounded like an older woman.
I did hear that. It was a Japanese
and it was
woman.
loud.
Yeah, I know. I heard it too. I heard that too. It was really weird. It was like an old woman shouting something. Did anybody in the chat hear that?
I love how everything seems to freeze in the chat right as we get to talk. Something happen.
There's something weird going on. I don't know what it is, but it's like Raymond. There's something seems to be. I don't know. It's just weird. There's something running about
Raymond.
It's just
at Bobby Mackey's, so.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if you've brought something home.
All of a sudden, you'll start to feel cold hands, giving you a massage.
I couldn't be that lucky.
You know,
happened to me on my first hunt. My God, that was creepy. Felt good, but cold.
I just don't know what it is. There's some weird. Every now and again, I can hear a voice now and again, and it is like a woman talking, but it's like an old woman talking.
I don't know what they're watching on TV through the house. I have no idea.
I don't know. It's just like you can tell that it would be someone else in the house, but just by how the sound came through. But this one sounded like it was up close to your mic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like Japanese. It was like I watch a lot of the Japanese cookery programs. Yes, I know, I'm mad, but it was well, I like cookery programs. I find them relaxing, right? No, and I've heard the older women speak, and that is what it sounded like. It sounded like, oh, that's Dakota's end. He's got a Japanese chef in or something.
No,
that's what that is.
My mother is far from a Japanese woman.
Well, look, she's beating somebody up now. She's got a big club.
Probably beating up one of the cats.
That's terrible.
Wow, it's been one-sided world.
This has been an amazing interview tonight. I must admit, hasn't it, Raymond? I mean, this is awesome. I mean, we're getting some strange creatures from beyond the veil, which is actually his mother.
Well, I don't shut everything out. Just more negative stuff. So if it's just somebody that's passing through that's just looking for help or something, they could possibly come through. It's just
have you ever helped? Have you ever helped souls?
Yes.
Could you tell us about some of that?
One of the craziest instances I could tell about. I was actually asleep, and I was dreaming, and I was in the room with one of the residents that I took care of at a nursing home. And I told them when they passed away and who was in the room because I was in that room with them.
Oh my God. They must follow you about. They must latch onto you. I mean, for all you know, outside your house now, there could be 300 spirits just waiting on you.
Yeah, at the nursing home, they called me the Angel of Death because I could usually tell them exactly when they were going past. And typically, they either really want me around them all the time or they push them away.
That's my brother, by the way. I would just like to point everybody in the chat. See that guy there? He's called Drew Mole. That is my brother. And one day I might let you meet him.
I'm sorry, Drew. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, Raymond does kind of look like Shaggy a bit.
He does, doesn't he? He does. I see when he said that. Then I was like, oh.
Except I'm not stoned talking to my dog.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo! You know. Then you go when you go to investigate Bobby Mackey's again. The van will pull up and he's all can climb out. You know.
And what's funny is they had the van at Scarefest. I actually took a picture of it.
the message there. For Drew, Dakota can be Wilma.
You mean Velma? Who just came out as gay? Wilma's Fred Flintstone, man.
Is it?
If I gotta be Velma, can I be like the live action Linda Cardellini? You know, the one time Velma was actually hotter than Daphne.
Yeah.
Sweet.
See, that's that. You have to get a van now, Raymond. You have to get a van.
I also had this up there too.
Oh, look out, Sherry.
Clowns are absolutely despised.
Clowns from outer space.
I've seen that film. That's actually quite a good movie. But oh my god, I hate clowns. I hate clowns. You know, talking about movies, what did you think about the new movie? Anyways,
or it?
It.
Pennywise.
Pennywise.
The new ones were fun. They were good for their own, movie, but the original will always be the best.
The original was the best. It was.
Georgie.
Because after a while, when they start bringing in so much CGI, it just kind of kills it.
Yeah.
See,
however, the crazy eye thing that he does in the movie, he can actually do that. So,
yeah, there's Sherry PIWI spiritual investigators. She loves clowns. It's her favorite. I mean, she's always
Sherry. I'll send that to you later.
I gotta send that to her because she absolutely loves them.
Here comes the hexes. Remember, he's the one that said it, Sherry, not me. I was the one saying.
She's always telling me, Chris, do you know something? I want to be locked in a room with 10 ghostly clowns chasing me up and down.
Why is she telling you that? She should tell her boyfriend that.
Jarkas, the jars come in it. That's that. I'm doomed now, you know. No, I look. You've got to have a wee bit of a laugh, you know. It's Halloween's coming up.
I'm playing Sherry. I won't do that to you.
Christine pointed out this show took definitely a weird turn.
Right?
But look, we're quite bald and bonkers. I mean, Raymond should be used to us now. I mean, seriously, he's been watching this for a long time.
I'm in the chat for a long time, so I knew what I was getting into. They just didn't know exactly what they were getting into with me.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. But look, we're going to have Bryan J Laverty on soon to talk about his experiences in Bobby Mackey's, you know, and his hair products that I didn't know he was like he was a stylist. I mean, seriously, he was a stylist.
You wouldn't think it with the lack of hair, but
when you really think about it, all the like top male hairstylists, isn't it funny how they're all bald?
Yeah. Well, that's because they never had their own hair to mess with, so they had to mess with someone else's.
I think we should start a charity, and that he's probably going to hunt me down for this. Brian's probably going to hunt me down for this, but I think we should start a charity and we should buy him a wig.
And I was
he could take it the global ghost hunt him, you know.
A Parapost, shampoo,
the Parapost shampoo.
And that's something that's he's nearly choking to death now.
We killed one finally.
I'm good.
That's something else that you're actually into, isn't it, Raymond? You're into the global ghost hunt.
I am part of Locations.
Oh, could you tell us a bit about that?
Well, first of all, they stuck me and Matt Barron together from, Paracrew Podcast and P3 and stuff. And that was just a terrible idea because we're too much alike. I said, we're going to have people investigate McDonald's and porta potties and, they didn't find that as funny as we did.
I think you should do maybe a distillery, a bourbon distillery. The two of you together in a bourbon distillery,
That would be dangerous because, I'd get thrown out for drinking. No.
We were talking about Japanese women. Isn't there a certain type of spirit in Japanese folklore that you have to get drunk in order to see?
I don't know.
I gotta look that up now. Oh. Besides my ex-girlfriends.
During past life regression, I do have past lives in Japan, so that would make sense
really?
too. Yeah.
Maybe it's one of your ex-wives.
And that's probably why I'm obsessed with Japan as well as Ireland. So
see, you never told us that. If she's got Japanese connections here, so it could maybe a past life. It could be one of your women. She's coming back for you.
It was probably my mother in a past
life
life coming to smack me up against the head. That's why she's screaming in the microphone. Shut up, you moron.
But the global ghost hunt will be good. I think it'll be awesome. I think the global ghost hunt has done a great favor hiring you, Raymond. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this because it's going to be a lot of fun. It really is.
Yeah. Especially, I think Bryan, he is working hard with it, I must admit. I see all the stuff that he posts on it all the time and stuff like that. It is a big thing that he's doing, like trying to arrange all this.
Sherry's got it.
Shanna, what is that?
What? Shoujo.
Shoujo? That sounds like something. Can I have 2 shoujo and a packet of crisps, please?
Finest picture.
Shoujo. What does that actually mean in Japanese? Last class.
Oh God, he's gonna ask a Scottish man who can hardly handle English is gonna ask Sherry what it is. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Sherry. The ghost one you see when you're drunk.
Oh, there you go. Come up. What do you mean a Scottish? That I will admit, right? I will admit that. See my Siri device, it does not understand a single word that I say.
I believe it.
You want to
it's
see
the same.
Fun,
it's
turn on
the
a
same
Scottish
on Alexa
YouTube channel and turn on closed captions on a Scottish YouTube channel and see it get confused.
Oh, I watch it do it on Facebook when I watch Bonkers. That's a no.
Look. I think Raymond, we had this argument, and I think we're needing to do it like a live show on the Xbox, and have Drew come on and all that. We had an argument, ladies and gentlemen, the other night there about aluminium. I mean, seriously, it's called aluminium, but you Americans, you've got to change everything and call it aluminum. Why? That's what I'm going to say. And that's stuck with me to core,
You're still bringing up the fucking aluminum.
It's no aluminum. It's aluminium. Raymond.
That actually sounds pretty good, Sherry.
It does.
What a Japanese alcohol spirit.
Sake, baby. What?
Sake's actually meant to be really good, by the way. You actually ever had any? I've no, because I've never drunk. Raymond.
Had a little bit when I was in Thailand.
I've always been a bourbon drinker, so it is what it is. I live in Kentucky. What else am I supposed to drink?
Fried chicken.
Huh?
Kentucky chicken is actually quite nice, I'm gonna look as if we're looking.
All right, that's the end of the show, everybody. You all have a good night.
Yeah, it's been a good night tonight. I mean, we like to have a laugh, and that's why we're called Bald and Bonkers. I mean, it's good to have a relaxing night like this, Christ knows what we're going to be doing tomorrow night, because we're meant to be having a guy coming on to talk about the moon, but you can't be, sometimes folk can't make it and stuff like that. So we're just going to have to talk about Dakota and his visitations from beyond.
We can't discuss the things that go on this show, man. Well, YouTube will take us down. We just got monetized, man.
I know, we just get monetized, but YouTube lately have been taking all our views.
Well, let's just say, as a single man, I'm not going to be dumb if a woman who looks like she could be the half sister of Kate Upton and Angelina Jolie walks in my room and says she wants to have sex.
See, this is the thing, Raymond, right? This is the thing. I totally believe that Dakota has got this in space, right? But I think it's doing some type of weird mind meld on him. So see when he spawns and when it visits space, it's actually a 10 tentacle with 5 eyeballs looking at him. You know.
Now who's been watching hentai?
You just admitted it earlier, so.
Well, I will admit I do watch a lot of shit on the TV. I will admit that. It's amazing the amount of shit that's on TV. You know,
Yeah.
Chris likes do something. I'm not even going to change that. I'm not even going to change that because it's you know it's like you know
because he can't deny it.
I can't deny it. Well, that's it. It's come out now. You know, it's come out now. You know.
Oh, when did this turn into a porn addicts anonymous?
Well, it's what Dakota's into take. I mean, the strange things that he tells us is into it would blow your mind, you know.
The last thing I'm into is a Scottish man messaging me in the middle of the night with weird, sweet nothings. My God.
I mean, that's terrible, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you think, you know? See, it's
okay. Now you respond to that, Drew. My God. And I thought he was the slow one.
No, you didn't. You said
Velma. Velma, not Thelma.
That's Thelma thing.
Velma.
What are we going on about here?
He's rambling on about Scooby-Doo jokes earlier.
But no, my brother Drew there. Whatever you do, never mention the movie Fury or the movie Convoy, and they'll just talk about that all night.
Oh God, we should probably end the show now.
Yeah, that's what's great. I would like to say thank you, Raymond. I hope you'll maybe come back one night when we're having a Halloween special. Raymond should come back on. We could dress him up.
No, I'll bring out some glasses so I'll look like Chris.
I'll take my glasses off and I'll come as Dakota, and Dakota can look for glasses and he can come as me.
Dude, I've come on the show with glasses.
Yeah.
I just grabbed like a $5 pair of readers that look close to his frames and just came on one night.
That's great.
Well, I think it's been an awesome night, and I would like to thank Raymond. Really and this has probably been an experience for Raymond. He's probably thinking to himself, my God, they two are raving lunatics. They're absolutely raving mad.
And that's why I like you guys.
See? And we like you too. And we like you too. You've got to have a bit of fun now and again. So are we doing anything, Dakota, out of curiosity for Halloween?
I don't know. Are we? It's like we do have most we got. I know is that we got Bryan coming for show off his stuff from Bobby Mackey's. So
that'll be interesting. Maybe we could get him maybe to style some hair live in air. Now, there is a thought for you, Raymond. Global Ghost Hunt live. Bryan does a hairdressing show. What do you think of that? Paranormal hairdresser.
I mean, throw it out to him. That'd be great.
I think it'd be awesome. I think it would be awesome. You know, I'm only joking, Bryan. Don't send me any messages, Bryan.
I'm not joking. He knows it.
I think. See, he keeps changing my name, ladies and gentlemen. This is the craziness. I think Raymond is eventually going to understand what I'm saying. He's probably sitting there thinking, what is this guy talking about? I can't understand a single word that he's saying.
Oh, I can understand perfectly.
Can you? That's the alcohol there. That's the alcohol. It's helping you convey.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's actually been proven if you have a hard time with someone's accent, start making fun of it, even in your head, it'll help you understand it quicker.
Hey,
actually, there's been studies done on that. So,
if it's in consolation, I got Bryan in the middle of Bobby Mackey's and told the spirits start making fun of his accent because he's from Canada.
Eh?
Yeah.
Mike!
Mike! Oh, now there. Oh, popped on to say, hey, there's an awesome guy. There's Mike, the naked Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him on here.
Aye, Mike is an awesome guy, you know. That's there, Raymond. You should go in that. You should go up into the mountains with Mike. He'll look after you.
With a big pink rubber.
I'm telling you, it would be an experience that you wouldn't be able to walk away from. Mike is awesome. Mike is absolutely awesome, and I hope you're doing well, Mike.
Well, Dakota, I'm glad you were monetized for a little bit, but I'm sure YouTube's getting ready to kick you off now.
Yeah, YouTube's
good job,
right.
Christina.
Yeah, no, that's why we're backed up on so many locations, so that way if they take one down, we have like 95 more ready to go.
I know.
There you go.
It doesn't really matter. And anyway, we're actually doing better on our podcast side than we do actually on here, so it doesn't really thing with us anyway, So it's been really good for you coming tonight, Raymond, and I hope you have an amazing day. We'll talk to you behind the scenes after Dakota plays the trailer, and it's an experience for everybody. We got a new trailer.
We have a new credit roll too.
Wait.
Prepare yourselves.
It's like, Raymond, did you know that Chris is going to be in the new remake of The Shining?
For some people, solitude, isolation, gin.
Be sure to visit baldandbonkers.net for all of our amazing projects and sneak peeks of what is to come.